Finally, after seemingly forever, Star Trek Discovery is back, and we're breaking down all the highlights of episode 8 of season 4. It's all in. And, well, I have questions. We'll talk about it after the jump.
This episode of Commander's Log is brought to you by Geek Renaissance. Need that special gift for the nerd in your life? Love supporting small business? Look no further than Geek Renaissance. The artist Sephra makes all items by hand and will boldly go to the final frontier for your unique gift. Head over to geekrenaissance.company.site and use the code FLOBITO, that's FLOBITO, to get 10% off your order. Don't forget to follow, like, and share Geek Renaissance on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
What is going on, everybody? It is the first officer of the boys on the USS Post Show. You are locked into Commander's Log. That is the unofficial home of Star Trek Discovery and Strange New World recaps and all that jazz. My captain, Captain John Weber, is getting set up. He's a little delayed, but we'll be here on this episode as a recap episode 8 of season 4. It's called All In, which I thought we kind of figurative, but it ends up being literal, as we find ourselves lost and entangled in a space casino. So before we get into today's episode, just want to say thank you so much for checking out this episode and all the other episodes of Commander's Log. Last season, it was more of a passion project, but seeing more and more people getting locked into Star Trek has been so great. So if you're watching right now on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And what's that? Ladies and gentlemen, Captain on the bridge. How's it going, Captain? Wow, welcome to Commander's Log, baby.
I am so stupid.
You are sexy. That's what I love the little tank top happening. You're good.
It's really warm in Southern California, so I'm not even hiding the fact that I'm back in a tank top. Not even hiding that fact.
I can't even blame you. Why are you Captain Dumbass all of a sudden? What is going on?
Completely forgot that we were doing the show at 3. Completely. My lunch is cooking right now.
Oh, by all means, if you gotta step off, please do. So for those who know, we usually do the show at 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern. But for some reason, I have this thing IRL, which I have to get to, which is Neft After Dark. So if you're watching this, you want to see me do stand up for the first time in front of people live, it's gonna be at neftafterdark.com. So I have to end this show to make my way cross town to make that a possibility. But we'll be back next week at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern. And please, I don't want your lunch to burn, Captain.
No. It's okay. It's okay. No, it's timed. It'll sit. It's fine. It's fine. I am so happy to be on Commander's Log. I just hate myself for forgetting that we were going to 3.
We're going to have ourselves a little bit of a quickie because of the episode. It was that awesome. Basically, one giant plot, even though we had some stuff on the bridge. Not too crazy. And I'm now curious. What are you going to eat, man? I'm kind of hungry.
Oh, no. Just getting the beverage. That's the only thing I have in the room is the beverage.
No, but what's lunch?
Frozen burritos.
Okay.
With a, homemade guacamole using... And this is actually what took most of my time today was I was harvesting avocados from our avocado orchard.
I imagine that your brand has like your face on it, like Cap'n John avocados.
All lumen, but not handsome.
Thanks, Frank Robinson. You're always been a supporter. I appreciate you. Let's get into it, man. This right here was kind of fun because, at least to me, someone a newer fan of Star Trek, this episode started off Discovery, kind of ended Discovery, but in the middle, I got some DS9 vibes, baby. I don't know about you. Thoughts about the episode overall?
So what episode is this again?
This is All In, episode 8 of season 4. The poker one?
The poker one.
Yes.
There's a play called The Actor's Nightmare where an actor just shows up on a stage and he doesn't know what play he's in and he has to be in the play. Okay. So
right. It's like so glad you're here, right? That the whole thing.
Memory Alpha. Yes, yes. Is the Taj Mahal like a biscuit box?
Okay, so
No, the
let's.
Taj Mahal is not like a biscuit. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, great. So, great. After 5 weeks of being off the air, we're back with brand new episodes, and this one was pretty cool because we got ourselves to see a casino in space. And you know what? I love me some intergalactic gambling. Before we get into all of that, how'd you feel about the time off? Did you get to catch up? I know we did some episodes here in between. Any kind of special moments?
I'm such an idiot.
Did
Okay,
you not watch this week's episode? Did you not?
I didn't watch the episode.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't
We are
realize.
professionals.
Oh my God! Kick me off the show now. I do not deserve to be here.
No, I'm going to sit here. This is a live television, so I love it so much. This is great. If you need to go, John, I totally get it.
I don't need to go. I'm no help to you. I can't help you.
You're also help to me.
Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. So we're back with new episodes, apparently.
Yes, we're back with new episodes.
The play I'm in
right
has been doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday matinee. Friday, Saturday, Sunday matinee. This week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday matinee. We're going to be able to do our Sunday morning show, but like all I've been thinking about is I have to do the play Thursday night.
Understandable.
I totally effing forgot that there's a new effing episode of Discovery, and I have to effing talk about it on my friend's show.
It's totally fine, baby. I can totally.
You tell me what happened, and I'll tell you whether or not I think I'll like watching it when I eventually watch it. How about that? That's a terrible idea for a show. Let's do that.
This is evolved into one of those Whose Lines It Anyway games. Like, oh yeah, really? I can make some stuff up. How do you feel about Quark doing the episode? No, I'm totally kidding. Quark was.
They did. Oh, that'd be awesome. They did 1A plot.
Basically, I mean, there was some stuff on the bridge with Colbert trying to come to grips of being stressed out, and they mentioned towards the end. I'll get to that first. It was pretty small. I mean, there was a whole thing about Stamets coming in and being the rock for Colbert, whereas Colbert used a rock for Stamets, and they decided to go on a holodeck date, which I found absolutely adorable.
Oh, that was like such a cute couple.
But that's still like 4 minutes of screen time. I mean, most things happened at the Haz Mazzaro's Camarage, but Captain, I can take it from here. It's totally fine.
I'm the worst.
You're not the worst. You're great.
You go right ahead. I'll jump in with I'll be your hype man. I'll be like, yeah, Flobo's talking.
Okay. You want to hang out here?
Those facts.
Probably get some food and come back next week. Is that fun? You can do that.
Honestly, let me just sit here in my shame and try to contribute whatever I can.
Sure. Let me see if I can give you the big screen here. That way you can. So anyway, guys, can you believe the part where? All right, let's walk through this. Craig Robinson says the plot didn't really move forward much before the break. To be fair, yeah, you're absolutely right. So let's talk about this, right? So we have a little bit of information of species 10C. It has kind of, I know this now because I watched the movie, looks like V'ger, a little bit of that V'ger vibe, but it really has not been that much of an advancement there. But we're getting closer. Admiral Vance is now upset the spore drive is gone. You remember, John, before the break, Tarja and Book took the spore drive, the prototype and all that and stuff like that.
Yeah, spore drive 2.0.
2.0 is what they call it. And I got to say, Admiral Vance did act his ass off this episode.
I love him, man.
Oded
Fehr. I love that actor.
Yeah.
Do you know he did the voiceover for Dr. Fate in the Justice League cartoons?
I did not. I did not.
Great. Am I queuing up the episode right now?
I had no idea what we were doing. The Roku. Oh, okay, sure. So it turns out there is a bit of energy crisis. The brand new spore drive has to run on isolonium. Isolonium. I was going to say that wrong. On isolonium, there's only 4 places in the world that you can catch that. But granted, both Burnham and Book have connections in their courier days to know one person off the grid that sells isolonium. John, let me ask you this, man. This is something I've noticed a lot in other Star Trek shows and episodes. The ideas of metals, right? Both latinum and isolonium are mentioned in this episode. But it seems to me that they kind of come ad hoc, or dilithium, right? It's always like, oh yeah, atroscratchium and stuff like that. Is there any rhyme or reason? Yeah, exactly. Unobtainium from Avatar. Is there any rhyme or reason for that?
I love the idea that life, just regular life on Earth, so the regular life that any of us lead, a big part of that is resources. And so a challenge, especially in space, like the whole movie, The Martian, is about like limited resources, doing the best with what you've got. That is such a, I guess we would say it's a very human thing. It's a very sentient life thing, If you have shelter, if you have food, but you don't have water, it ain't good enough. You gotta go get the water too. So I appreciate these MacGuffins, these
absolutely
mysterious things that have to be gotten and take a great adventure to go get them. The boon, as you would say in the Joseph Campbell mythology study, the gift from the gods, fire from Prometheus. You need the thing. So I get that. Do they do it too much? The best way to do it is to make people feel like they're seeing something that they've never seen before.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's what happens here. Because isolinium, I'm going to say that wrong all episode. Isolinium is so unobtainium that it's so rare and expensive. And you're going to love this, John, when you actually check out and watch the episode. Haz, the character of Haz that runs a Cumberbatch, which is basically this giant steamboat casino in space.
That sounds really cool.
That has its own I guess like fake barrier. You ever seen Black Panther? Like how Wakanda is like a inside a barrier? Well, this barrier looks like a giant like crocodile thing, and they all fly through it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. But
I'm gonna love this.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. And
Haz should have watched it.
This is gonna be the new thing. This is it. The Commander's Log is gonna be explain episodes to John, and then I want to explain it poorly because I know nothing about the mythos.
Such an idiot.
So no, you're not. I think it's live television, baby. Look, Commander's Log is gonna get a dang near Emmy when it's all said and done. We're gonna break down this episode by hook or by crook or by Genesec or Robinson. We're all here together because we support you, baby. And we want your play to kick rocks, right? Let's see. Is this what the captain will be wearing for his shore leave to Risa? Oh, you bet. I know that's a pleasure planet. Ow.
Sun's out, guns out, baby.
Oh, is it really? It was funny. Before this show, I was doing a wrestling show, and I was like, "Man, I need a shirt that can do both wrestling and Star Trek." So I'm wearing Apollo Cruise's that's nice. So it kind of works for both.
Yes, right. Well done.
So Haz shows up, and the thing is, he has a bit of a relationship for both Burnham and Book, and he's like, "Look, man, I got the MacGuffins you need, but you have to do something for me, right?"
Oh, yeah.
I'm cutting corners here just for the interest of time. We're going to be a short episode. I can almost guarantee it. It looked like Tarka and Book were conscripted to basically being a pit boss in this casino to find a cheater because that cheater has been causing them a lack of cash. Meanwhile, in a future scene, when Burnham shows up, they're like, "Hey, look, you got to get the money, but you can't phone home to Starfleet because I don't want Starfleet all around my seedy underbelly casino." Yeah. And it breaks my heart, John, because it will break your heart. Burnham's idea to raise the cash is not even her idea. It's Owoshikin, the one that went with her to this bar. She says, "I can do it by being an unsanctioned bare knuckle fighter in the fight pit of the casino." So if you're a fan of Mirror Owo, you're going to see Owo kick some buttocks, my friend.
Oh my God, I want to watch this now.
Let's put it on. It's true. True story.
Owo steps up and is like, I'll throw down for money.
Am I really spoiling the episode? I think I'm spoiling the episode for you now.
No. There's no such thing as spoiling an episode of Star Trek for me. There's no such thing as spoilers to me because I will watch the thing. And I'm always watching the thing after my friends have seen it. Talk to all of our friends about how mad they are that they can't discuss Lower Decks season 2 because I haven't watched it yet. And they're so mad at me. You're mad at me, aren't you, Flobo?
No. Let me stop you there. Okay, so this is kind of disjointed, but we have a sister show on Sundays called Starbase 80. I almost forgot the name of the show. And what was interesting, the episode we're covering on Sunday is Q Who, which features a character that appeared on Lower Decks in Sonia Gomez. So it's pretty cool to see that character in real life and then having the animated version, kind of a thing.
Love that. You gotta love that. I mean, Lower Decks is a really great show. But I watch it alone. Leo is furious about this, that he can't discuss it in front of me.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, Leo, please discuss it. Discuss everything you want.
Well, and I feel like Leo and I always have like this very sort of tense back and forth about it, because for me it's like, well, I can't watch it yet because my wife is not ready to watch it. And then he's like, oh, you have a wife. Well, F you effing iffer.
Oh, yeah. You know, guys with wives are the worst. Sorry, gotta clear my wife. Oh, shut up, you and your home all with love and affection. Yes, son of a... No, I got you.
When you're right, you're right.
So we got this race against time here, right? But nice. Book finds the cheater of this casino. He gets the isolinium. If Burnham and Owo gets the cash or gets the latinum, they can trade it in for isolinium. I'm going to mess it up all episode. Forgive me, Dennis. Like, I really do. So we have a little bit of rest of time. And guess what happens next, Sean? Who do you think wins that battle? Think about it. You're an actor.
Okay.
One hand trying to find the cheater of a casino. Other hand, fighting your way, beating your way to get some cage fighter cash or latinum.
Well, I'm gonna say it's close.
Okay.
I don't see either team losing. It's just one's got to win first. And I got to go with Book and Tarka finding the cheat.
Okay.
Because Book is very like I don't know what's the future space term for streetwise.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
He knows the space ways.
I like it. Space ways. Homeboy's not
space ways wise.
Space hood.
But I take it I'm wrong.
Kind of. It's a trick question. It's a tie. Both teams find out the answer or find out they get the money or the whatever at the same time. And so has a bit of a dilemma. He knows Booker calls him Glowworm. He knows Burnham calls him Right Hook. And there's kind of some tension there. Kind of like, hey, I know you used to bang or you bang Booker, but I kind of like you kind of a thing. Their solution is one of the most ridiculously awesome thing. And that's to have Linonian poker in one game to settle it all. And whoever wins this one gets the isolinium. Of course, there's two other emerald chain extras in there. They're extras because they don't talk, but the idea is to raise the stakes. And so Burnham decides to work with Book at first. It goes, oh, look, if those guys get it, then this whole thing's over for both of us. Let's work together for a bit and get them off the table. What we see is a little bit of teamwork from a begrudging Book and Burnham. Now, going into this episode, that Book and Burnham haven't seen eye to eye and how to deal with the DMA, man. What do you make of it? I know that when lovers fight, as someone with a wife, how do you understand? How do you reconcile that when it happens to you getting the mission done?
Well, I look, let me just say, my wife and I moved in together in the fall of 1989. We got married in 1991. Our marriage has lasted longer than most humans,
True.
So I will say that. And she loves you, Leslie loves you.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, she will laugh so hard at me when I tell her this story.
This episode would be a classic. This episode would be a classic.
I actually, yeah. I mean, honestly, this is so funny in the past. Right now, to me, not funny.
Really? It's hilarious to me. I'm enjoying it.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad I brought something.
Bro, we do this for fun. I get at maximum 60 views a week, right? No, I'm not doing it for fame. We're just talking Star Trek. We're good.
We're not complaining about the views.
Please bring your friends. Please bring all your friends.
We love it. To answer your question.
Yeah.
I love how they have made things not easy for Burnham and Booker, because they really are the heroes of their own stories.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I've never been happy about with Voyager was I thought there were two stories there. I thought that Janeway had a story and that Robert Beltran's character, Chakotay. I thought Janeway had a story and Cahote had a story, and those stories were clashing, and sometimes they'd go together. And they didn't do that. What they ended up doing was they ended up making Janeway very prominent, which is great. You know, I love Janeway, and making Chakotay the best boyfriend ever.
Yeah.
And I hated that inequity. I hated that. Like, I wanted them both to be, they're both captains. I wanted them both to be captains and to be strong and on their own. We get that with Burnham and Booker. Too much so. From the like, oh, I wish they'd be live happily ever after. Of course I wish they would, but that wouldn't be a very good story.
Yeah.
So you got to take the bitter here. You got to take the bitter with the sweet. And they are sweet. They're a sweet couple. I like that couple. But yeah, look, man, Booker is very intense. He's got to get revenge. He wants justice. And he comes from a culture. His dad's teaching was eye for an eye. Somebody takes out your people, you take out their people.
Absolutely.
So Booker, as much as he's trying to be a good man and a different man from how his father was, he still has that need for justice, for bloody justice. And, so, and where exactly, he's a superhero, man. This is a superhero origin. He saw his planet murdered.
Oh, it's a Superman? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I must kill them all. Well, he wouldn't do that. I don't know what superhero that would be.
And, he's got animal man powers. So, there's an interesting thing going on with Book. I really like the character of Book, but of course, Burnham is my captain. I'm always going to side with Federation and Discovery. I'm a Star Trek nerd. I love that stuff. So it's really tense for me. I really do like the two. I want both of them to succeed, but right now they're fighting over the one thing. Martha, why did you say Martha?
Why did you say that name? I guess it's kind of out of context now, but my favorite line comes from the actress Oksana Sergiu, who plays the unnamed cashier, who was so attractive, who goes, "Do you want a bag? Because there's more." That I was like, that's the kind of Latinum I want to pull in my life. But back to the game. They decide to get those extras out of the equation, and the extras because they don't talk, which means they don't get day player rates. Hollywood or Toronto.
Toronto. They go straight to their little honey wagon. They got like a tiny little dressing room, and there's probably a bear in it because they're in Canada.
Don't talk to the director, only the AD. All right, so.
Second is the only one you're allowed to talk to. The second AD. Oh, my favorite thing about Hollywood.
Deep cut, y'all. Deep cut. So it's down to Booker and Burnham. Turns out that as Burnham had suggested before, Booker's a better player. He wins the game. He gets the isolinium, and he's off into space.
Burnham cloud of dust.
Yeah, goes back defeated. And of course, President Rillick is all being bureaucratic. Like, how could you make this happen, even though this wasn't a sanctioned mission? And I know Admiral Vance basically made it a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, go after this loophole. Your loophole didn't. I don't know why I have my voice for her, but you get the idea, right? Bosses are always assholes. Sorry, it's a tag. Anyway, Burnham goes, I know. I gave him the isolate him on purpose because there's that TV trope, tracking device.
Hey! Tracking device. Tracking device. You
favorite
can't
trope.
fool a tracking device.
Kind of makes it, I guess, Batman does that too, I guess.
He does that all the time. That's very Batman.
Isolinium on the ship of Book, but they know where it is. And now we have ourselves a little bit of information that we know a little bit more DMA, but we're getting to that. As I told you this so far, my really terrible recappy way. What makes you say this? They gave Booker the win. So I thought for sure that Burnham's going to win. They gave Booker the win, and he's off to do it. Is this going to be an issue by your prediction where Burnham will have to choose by life or death to put Booker out the equation? Is there a way you think to bring him back? It's a good side.
Yeah, I don't love saying this, but I think it has to be said. We've got a certain amount of story here, and they can create complications that make it a bigger story.
I agree with you. Sure.
So, part of me, and we've had lots of, I've had this discussion with lots of our friends, in private over on Starbase 80. I mean, it's just, I feel like it's a constant discussion we have, which is, if they can give me enough Star Trek, then they can do it however they want. So I'm not complaining. I'm perfectly happy that one more complication with failure built into this larger thing is now making it a bigger story. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Bigger story. That's okay. That's okay. Because as long as I'm getting my Star Trek, my let's meet aliens, let's fly around in ships, let's pull out ray guns, like that's the stuff I love. And I do love these characters. So seeing them go through stuff is also extremely entertaining.
I think you're gonna love Haz. You're gonna love Haz a lot. I did. It reminded me very much of DS9. I don't know what you think, Leo. Let me know what you think in this one. But the twist in the end, and we'll wrap this up as soon as we can, is that the DMA itself. I swear, there's science in there, but I was watching episode at 7:00 in the morning, and a lot of it washed over my head. But the science that it's actually a mining dredge, which means whoever is actually deploying the DMA is even a bigger source of infinite power. Is it V'ger? That's a question I want to know. Can it be V'ger? Is it another thing altogether? Who is Species 10C, you think?
That is
bam. Thanks, Leo.
That is
I know stuff now.
Yay! We got you in. I think
nice point, Craig, by the way.
Right? Yeah, I love that point.
I hope he does. Because even though I made fun of him, I too called him Discount Idris Elba. I've grown on him. You know what I'm saying? I like people.
Well, I mean, the thing about Tarka is we know that Tarka is basically like evil Stamets. He's like, what if Stamets didn't have all the, all the like stabilizing parts of his life, which include his marriage to Culber, his family. It's very interesting to watch Tarka. Going back to your question.
Yeah. V'ger.
I would be happy if it was V'ger. I feel like V'ger needed more solution to that story. And if I'm not wrong, aren't they re-releasing the motion picture? There's like a different cut in there.
I could look this up for you. I wasn't made aware of it.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard some rumblings.
Which is kind of interesting that I saw it recently has been the case. Oh yeah, 4K remastered Star Trek motion picture director's edition. Yeah, and that's another thing too, Leo. A lot of when Owo basically pulled him aside, him being Tarka for those in the audio version, he was kind of skittish or kind of off-puttish when it came to his laws of what scale and of what thing. It's hard to say in these situations because of Star Trek. I'm going to assume it's like a significant other, but I'm still open for a swerve, whether it's a people or a city or whatever.
It was someone he was working with, right? So we know it's not going to end up being a child.
Right. It could be that, or I don't know. It could be that like directly, like, oh, how dare you? Or it's kind of like the thing where like the person and them had a falling out and they caused damage. It's hard to sell quite yet. But I mean, I like me some love. I mean, it's Valentine's Day weekend and all that.
That's a good point.
I'm just saying, if that cashier is single, please give me a call. Woo. Just quick. It was quick. Well, anything else I have here is pretty much in the specifics of the episode, but we won't get into that. So about time to get off this USS Post show, man. I got a life to get up to. But Cap'n John, thank you so much for rolling through. I know I kind of pulled you from lunch. I know it was a special time. Appreciate you. If someone, no, I don't appreciate you. Should I stop appreciating you? I appreciate you, damn it.
I don't deserve it. I don't deserve anything.
If someone were to hang out with you and connect with you online, because you do deserve it, sir. And see your play. Is there a live streamable? How do you go about doing that?
Why don't you come on over to Starbase 80 on the Facebook page, or Weber Internet Thingy on the Facebook, and there's also at Starbase 80 on the Twitter. I would love to talk with you. Weber Internet Thingy also has its own YouTube channel. And I am currently, I should have been watching the show last night instead of doing the other thing I've been doing, which is I'm trying to digitize and YouTubeize all of our episodes of Starbase 80. That's what I was working on last night. I swear.
You are worthy, John. No, thank you so much. Because if I had talked to myself for 20 minutes, I'd probably been bored a long time ago. So I appreciate you coming out and helping me out to bounce things off of. This is Commander's Log. You can actually get the audio version wherever you get your podcast. But we're here next week at our normal time. That's 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, to break down the last half of Discovery and eventually Strange New Worlds, because we all love ourselves a little bit of Captain Pike. Yeah.
Oh, man. That advanced art came out for Strange New Worlds. There's a poster.
I saw that. It's pretty solid. We might have it in one of the thumbnails there. If you haven't checked out our sponsor, Geek Renaissance, please support them as they support us.
Geek Renaissance. One of these days, you'll let me sing over that. Geek Renaissance. I'm sorry, Flobo. You've got to go. You've got a stand-up show. Go be funny.
No, this is actually more funny than I can think of. Geek Renaissance. Hey, say the words, man. Live long
and prosper. See, I was waiting for that.